Peace, what's going on, everybody? Just wanted to make a quick video talking about Mars recently going through the sign of Gemini. Now, Mars is a fairly moderate moving planet, so it'll be in Gemini for a good 2 months. It'll be in it for a good 2 months. So, with Mars being in the sign of Gemini, Mars deals with how we express our willpower. Open this door a little bit. It displays our willpower, our drive, and it also represents our aggression and our anger management, how we manage our anger too, depending on what sign or house it's in, for us personally. Now, Mars is going to be going through the sign of Gemini. Mars is already in Gemini. It's in 1 degree Gemini right now. So, Gemini is mutable air. Now, air deals with communication, it deals with logic, it deals with reasoning, it deals with thinking, it deals with conversation, building relationships with people, connecting on a mental level, and it's mutable, meaning that it's an adaptable sign. Gemini is the archetype of everybody's friend. They say Aquarius is, everybody's friend, but if you really think about it, Gemini is everybody's friend because they have the ability to adapt so much to their environment, and especially when we're dealing with air, it's the social aspect, so they can adapt in a lot of social situations. Now, with Mars being in Gemini, what this means is that there's going to be a lot of energy, there's going to be a lot of willpower, there's going to be a lot of competition even in the space of mutable air. So actually, this is the perfect energy signature for this. Debates. Mars in Gemini is the perfect energy signature for a debate because it's dealing with mutable air, multiple environments of social conversation, depending on what topic we're talking about. And when you have Mars here, you're using your willpower, your aggression, your drive, your passion, and your competitive energy to convey your thoughts, air, to multiple different spheres of conversation. Mutable air, Gemini. So that is the basic nutshell of Mars and Gemini. Now, in other aspects, we have to be careful because around this time, we may notice ourselves talking to our friends, our loved ones, our family members a little more aggressively, because Gemini is associated with the third house, which deals with your family, your immediate family, your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your grandmother, all this. So you may start to have an attitude with your close loved ones. That's a possible energy that could play out with Mars being in the sign of Gemini. Now, also, like I said, debates, the debate energy. I think of Malcolm X when I think of Mars and Gemini. And also, like I said, you may be aggressive with your family members. Now, another thing to take into consideration is that you may have a drive to want to actually build up your neighborhood, because again, the third house deals with your immediate surroundings, so it's actually your immediate neighborhood. So you may connect with people in your community, and you may be so passionate about whatever goal, because Mars deals with goals too. Whatever goal you're trying to reach and it could be on any aspect. You could be wanting to have the roads paved. You may develop a contract to want to mow everybody in the community's lawns and everything like that. It's just this energy of wanting to give to the community, and it's Mars. And like I said, it's a warrior. Mars is like the general and the leader, so they will gladly take this opportunity to lead, to do for the community. Now, another energy, you may, with Mars going into Gemini, this will configure something in you, depending on your energy, where you may become the aggressor of the neighborhood. Now, this could be positive or negative. You may be trying to gain some sort of dominance in your neighborhood, like I'm the shit, I'm the leader, I'm the head honcho. Mars, ruled by Aries, the first house. Or it could just be an energy of you might be very protective of the neighborhood. So anybody who comes in unwarranted, or people who you don't recognize, you may be a little defensive. You may pull up a shield. Mars also rules Scorpio, and Scorpio can put up a shield whenever it feels like it's in danger. So it can play out in a lot of different ways with Mars being in Gemini. But ultimately, this is going to, that's like the basic energy. Now, another thing too is that Gemini and the third house deals with like mechanics. It deals with public speaking. It deals with like reading manuals. Also, it's ruled by Mercury, so everything mental stimulation and everything. You may have this energy and this drive to want to read all the books, read all the manuals. You may want to become a mechanic or something like that. You may want to become a salesperson, because that Mars, that aggressive energy, that in your face energy with Gemini. And Gemini is actually the perfect archetype of the salesman, because it's mutable air, aka communicating, and it can adapt to any environment it can. This is why Geminis are not really swayed by people's retaliations or when they're conversating if there's any opposing energy. Now, it just all depends on what house you have Mars in. I mean, not Mars, but Gemini. Let's use me for example. I have Gemini in the 4th house. So actually, Mars falls in the 4th house, which means it's at its weakest point. But actually, for me, what this can mean is that while Mars is going into Gemini, I may want to passionately communicate my domestic situations. I may be very passionate about wanting to cook for the family. I may be passionate to want to build a family. I may be passionate of wanting to build structure. When it comes to home and when it comes to foundation, this is actually a perfect time, because I'm working on getting a place for us. I love you, Archangel Raphael. And I'm getting a place for us. You know what I'm saying? With Gemini in the 4th house, you know what I'm saying? And Mars being here, I'll have all the energy to want to build a home and a foundation and have a life of privacy with the people that I love, with the one that I love, Archangel Raphael. However, with Mars being in the 4th house, I have to put a lot of work in, because Mars being in the 4th house, if you remember from my Mars in the houses videos, when Mars is in the 4th house, it's at its weakest point. So it has to work harder to obtain its goals. But when you put that energy in and you grind, this is like the energy of like, you don't have like Mars in Gemini in the 1st house. So you just are naturally going to be able to obtain these things that you want and everything, which in this case, if it was at the 1st house, it would want to be personal, like everybody wanted to like you for your personality and everything. But with it being in the 4th house, it's going to be a little harder to probably obtain these goals. And just with the Mars energy in general, with it being dormant in the 4th house, when you actually work on yourself and when you work up the willpower to bring that Mars in the 4th house to the surface, you will become unstoppable. You will be in that exalted position of Cancer, of the 4th house. Your Mars will be unstoppable. And with it being in the 4th house for me, and it being in Gemini, I'll have all the power of wanting to actually be able to manifest a home. But actually, here's one last example. There's a thing in real estate called wholesaling. Now, wholesaling, this is where you act as the middleman, and you're able to get houses under contract from sellers or agents, and then get a good deal on these houses, and then sell the contract to the buyer for an assignment fee. Now, it's a whole nother video. Now, this is that energy because Mars is in Gemini, sales energy. So now I have the potential of honing this energy in for the 4th house, which deals with homes, real estate, and be able to actually get a business going with that. So there's a lot of different energies that play in when you break down these planets. It's not just, oh, Mars is in Gemini, so you will be very passionate about communicating. No, there's so much more when it comes to these energies. But listen, I got to get going. I got to get ready for the rest of the day, and I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. And be looking forward to the last part of my Mars in the Houses series. And if you need any readings, if you need any inquiries from me, hit me up at onelovejaja36@gmail.com, and I'll put that email in the description. Y'all have a good day. Peace.